Welcome back to the program. You're watching Daybreak on Trust TV. Here's another reminder that you can watch the show on the go by joining our live streams on Facebook, YouTube, and of course heading over to our website trusttv.com, where you can find the program live on the screens on the go, so you don't miss out on the conversation. Now let's talk about one thing that may actually happen in 2025, and most people are not going to like it. I say that because the telecommunication operators in the country are likely to get approval to increase call, SMS, and data tariffs for the first quarter of 2025, according to industry sources. The Nigerian Communications Commission is expected to approve a 40%, again, 40% tariff hike, raising call rates from 11 naira to 15 naira 40 kobo, SMS from 4 naira to 5 naira 60 kobo, and 1 gigabyte data from 1,000 naira to 1,400 naira. This follows years of lobbying by telcos to address inflationary cost. I'm going to feel some type of way about them charging my SMS more than 4 naira. I'm used to paying 4 naira, and I haven't been complaining for how many years now. So, yeah, this is what is likely going to happen. Another tariff hike around the corner. Now, this has been simmering for quite some time now, for years now. However, they may likely get their wish in 2025. So you, the paying customer, who more often than not has to deal with drop calls, poor network service and connections, what do you make of it? Give us a call, if they allow you to call us, that is. Let's have your say on this one. You're likely going to pay more for data. And I was just speaking to the producer yesterday about the potential of this being bad for the government going forward. Because most Nigerian youths who don't have the jobs, who are depressed, frustrated by the status quo, use the data to either distract themselves or make ends meet online. There are so many people who are into content creation, who are up and coming, who are trying to make something for themselves, and data is like a lifeline for most Nigerians, right? And I know this is a running joke. They say, whatever you do in this country, try as much as possible as you can to have data, because it can be your lifeline. So that being said, it is going to be quite telling on a lot of businesses, on a lot of people's lives and livelihood, if the tariff goes up by 40% or by whatever percentage. But be that as it may, let's have your say on this one. Call in. The number is shown on your TV screen. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this possible tariff hike, or imminent, I must say, imminent tariff hike in 2025. You're going to pay more for your calls, for your SMS, and for your data if this does come to light, or gets the green light in the first quarter of 2025. Data is still cheap, mind you. However, this has always been the example that people talk about when they talk about privatization and the liberalization or deregulation of sectors in the Nigerian economy. They talk about how the telecom industry, for instance, has evolved in competition to a point where SIM cards are almost virtually free, and so on and so forth. But now we're seeing a steady increase in some of those charges, like phone call charges, for instance. Text messages are likely going to go up. Data services as well as cost is likely going to go up. So, but one thing that is not increasing in quality is the service that people get in return for all of this. Do we have a caller? Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. Who is on the line and where are you calling from?
Shatima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Shatima, as always, it's good to hear from you. I think we should reserve that first caller position for you, so that we already know that you're going to be part of the conversation.
I will be happy if you do that, because Trust TV is my favorite.
Definitely, and we're very proud of you also for calling all the time. Go ahead.
Thank you.
They're trying to increase the tariffs on calls, text messages, and data. And the telecom operators are saying is because their own costs have gone up. So it also makes sense for them to close the gap in terms of their profit margins? What do you think?
You know, Abdullahi, as they say it, a beggar has no choice. But they will use their power and increase it because we have no other option. Because that is the only means of communication for Nigerians. What we can say, my Almighty Allah provide for us to pay, but it's not good. It's not good, honestly, because what disturbing Nigerians is poor network. The service is not adequate. What we are paying even now is not tally with the services that we just received. Sometimes you may make a call and the call did not reach the person, you do not hear each order, you do not deliver the message, but yet they will deduct out of your account. Sometimes you make a call, you hear sound, and that sound is your money. It will be sounding, but you do not communicate with the person that you call, but yet your account will be deducted. So you see, if they can rectify that, we have no choice than to pay, because we don't have any other alternative. If you say there is other communication company, then we can switch on to the other alternative. But we don't have just any alternative. We just have to bear it. Because our leaders, I can remember during Obasanjo time, when one member of the House of Assembly come out and reveal the secret. Our lawmakers, they have been receiving pre-credit so that they cannot even talk to they cannot checkmate just all these companies. Right. So that's what is happening. So we should bear it. We should bear it because we don't have just any other option than to bear it. Yeah. But we are praying for God to bring sanity for this country. We are praying for God to look after the masses of this country, because the hitches is too much for us. Yeah. It's too high for us. Here, there, taxes everywhere. And also the Nigerians earning is it's become very narrow and very limited. We are atmosphere, it's not friendly for commerce, it's not friendly for farming, it's not friendly for anything. But yet tax has been overloaded for us. So we are just praying for God, for Allah intervention. That's the only thing. But I'm also calming Nigerians to be patient. Inshallah, Rabbi, this is battle, but we are going to win the battle by the at the end of the day. Inshallah, Rabbi. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shetima, for calling. Appreciate you for your insight and your contribution as always. Yeah, so a couple of things that he said that stood out for me. The fact that our lawmakers or people in power are not motivated to always think about the burden being transferred to Nigerians. And that is a concern that resonates with a lot of people. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program. Who is on the line and where you calling from?
Malam Bello from Kogi State.
Malam Bello from Kogi State. Which part of Kogi, if I may ask?
There's one thing I want Nigeria to know. It's better for somebody to be reason. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So there is very important for somebody to reason before you do anything.
Right.
So if you don't reason before you do anything, if you can do what you're not supposed to do, you see what you're not supposed to see.
Yeah, so why are you saying that?
Nigerians are passing through presently. So if it happens that our leader reason before they do anything, I don't think we can pass through this mess these days.
Yeah,
so we pray to Almighty Allah, may Almighty Allah come to our rescue, because we are passing through hell these days in Nigeria.
Right. Thank you so much, Malam Bello, for that take. And you see the resolve, but also the surrender, so to say, of Nigerians when it comes to situations like this, where it's almost a sense that people have given up. When people always invoke the will of God, in these conversations, it means that they don't trust that the system would actually do anything to address or mitigate the situation. Our next caller is on. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program. Who is on the line?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who is on the line and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Zayanu from Sokoto State.
Zayanu from Sokoto State. Good morning, Zayanu. Go ahead.
It's my pleasure. First of all, I want to appreciate you and your TV channel for a well done job. You have been doing a very good and wonderful job.
Thank you.
Secondly, I want to let Nigerians know that we don't have leaders because they don't care for us. All they care is their pockets, and that is all that bothers them, and that's all that they care about.
Why do you say that, Zayanu? Why do you say that?
Because all these, so many things are happening in this Nigeria that nothing is being done. The military are not doing what they are supposed to do. Look at what happened in Sokoto day before yesterday, a few days back. People were killed innocently, and now they are trying to justify the killing of innocent citizens. The chief of army staff came to Sokoto, and he is trying to justify the killings, which cannot be understood by. I cannot understand this kind of leader. Look at the president. He is not even talking. Look at what the president of Nigeria is saying. These leaders in Nigeria, what I understand, they are not here to serve Nigeria. They are only businessmen. They only term Nigeria as a means of enriching themselves, irrespective of what happens to the citizens that they are supposed to protect. Look at what is happening. A whole president is involved in banditry. Because
allegedly, Zayanu, it's not been confirmed yet. Allegations at the moment, right?
It's an allegation. But look, let me tell you, for a president of a whole nation, a whole country, to come out and say this, you should know that it is weighty. It is weighty. It is not something that's supposed to be played with. It's something that's supposed to. By now, tinubu is supposed to come out, form a committee, and do something about this. You understand? But nothing is happening. Nobody is doing anything. Our lawmakers are not doing anything. Once they are giving money, they are okay with that. They don't care about the people that they're supposed to protect. Our judiciary is like that. Look at what happened during election time. People are not even having confidence in the government and the arms of government. Our police are like that. Our military is like that. Our judiciary is like that. Our every aspect of government is corrupt. Why? No fear of God. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Zayanu. I can hear you.
No fear of God. No sense of humor. No sense of commitment. No sense of responsibility. Everybody is all about. Everybody is money, money, money. Look at what is happening. All these leaders that are looting, after catching them, reporting them, investigating them, they will just be granted bail, 500 million naira bail. And that's all. The whole case is gone. No punishment, nothing. the people will not even know how the case ended.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what type of country is this? What kind of leaders are we having? We don't have leaders. People should start thinking of what to do next.
Right.
That as far as Nigeria is concerned, we don't have leaders. We don't have people that concern us. We don't have people that have our interests at heart. We only have people that are only there to enrich themselves. You'll see one person stealing trillions of naira, millions of dollars. Yet nothing will happen. Why not? This mobile companies will add money, will hike their tariffs. They want to make money. As far as they are concerned, the people that are supposed to be in control are not after that. All they need is to bribe them. They bribe them, they will get whatever they want. I'm telling you, this thing will happen.
Right.
It's just...
Yeah, Zayanu, I understand. Yeah, I understand your frustration, and I know where this is coming from. Thank you most kindly for being so passionate about your take this morning. I really do appreciate you for calling, Zayanu from Sokoto State. Do have a lovely day ahead. And I must say that there are a lot of people listening to his rant, quote unquote, and would just be nodding along, because most Nigerians believe what he's saying is just re-echoing the same narrative and rhetoric over and over again. That this growing public discontent, dissatisfaction, disillusionment with the government at all levels has reached an all-time high. And it's safe to say that we need a reawakening in this country, so that the disconnect between the governed and the governors or the leaders will actually be minimized, because this disconnection is quite obvious. I mean, these are constituents saying that they do not believe that the people they elected to represent them in government are doing the needful to represent their interests. I mean, when you talk about tariffs, for instance, you have a lot of legislators who are going to sleep on this particular issue without giving due consideration to what it will do to impact the lives and the livelihood of the people they represent. Let's speak to our next caller then. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program. Who is on the line and where are you calling from?
My name is Hussein. I'm calling from Zaria.
Husseini from Zaria. How is Zaria this morning?
Very cold.
Oh, I know you are properly dressed, so just bear with the weather, Husseini. Go ahead, please. Your take.
Thank you very much. On a fair note, actually, I think we are not supposed to blame the telecommunication companies, because looking at other economic indices, cost of food items and other things are no longer the way they used to be. And the truth is, these companies want to meet up with the daily demands of their customers. And the prices of everything has gone down, including diesel and some other things. So for them to survive, I think that they just have to look for a means to kind of meet up with the demands of the customers. And the only way out, I think, is for them to kind of increase the prices of their services. So I think, to me, the blame should go to the government, because you cannot just wake up overnight and just, present multiple kind of economic changes in the society, whereby even though they may have a long-term benefit, but the immediate impact is mostly to the poor masses of the country. So, in a nutshell, the companies should not be blamed. A policy was put in by the government, hopefully maybe thinking things will get better in the nearest future.
Right.
However, the immediate impact is to the generality of the society, of which these telecommunication companies cannot be exempted. They have to look for a way as a company to survive.
Yeah.
That is my own take.
So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for that take. And I think his point is fair to a certain degree, because at the end of the day, it has to make business sense, right? They did talk about rising costs of production and dealing with some of these existential challenges that economically we're all dealing with. And Even though I don't know if the percentages make sense, I think for the most part they are able to break even. But then again, there is some sort of validity to some of these points that have been raised so far. Our next caller is on. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Daybreak Interactive. Who is on the line and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, welcome to the program. If you can speak up a little bit, I'll appreciate it. Who is on the line?
I am Ahmed calling from Imo State.
Come again?
Hello? I am Ahmed calling from Imo State.
Wabas from Imo State, right?
Yeah, Wabas, yeah.
Wabas. Okay, go ahead, please. Good morning. Yeah, compliments of the season.
Exactly. I just want to contribute what the last man that said something.
Yeah,
go ahead. We don't need to blame the communication people, because we have to blame the government, because the fault is for them. Look at how much they're selling diesel. Look at how much they're selling fuel. And each of these are very costly. So if they don't increase their tariff, they will not meet up. Yeah, they will not meet up. So all the blame is on the government. They don't care about the welfare of people. They only care for their own welfare. That's all the blame to the government. They are there for their own personal interest. They don't care. They don't care about people. Even as people are suffering, if they don't even care, they don't. You know, if you go to a Western country, when people are trying for something, they will find solution so that people will, stop crying. But in Nigeria, they don't care about it. Even in Africa, that is the reason why all those coups that is happening in Africa here, Niger and other parts of Africa here, you can't blame them. I didn't mean military can even take over this country to go get them. When military was ruling, it's not like that.
Right.
The roads that are very okay, it's military that build all those roads. But look at the present Nigeria. Look at there's no road. You can't pass no road. How many years are we democratic? This country is not a democratic country. If you say something that the government are doing that is not good, they will find way to find one allegation against you, or they prison you, or they can kill you. All those things that are doing, we know all they are doing. But I pray one day everything will come to pass, and they are not going to remain here in earth. When white man is doing something, he will do it for tomorrow, so that he will name. He will say that this is what this man did. The name will continue, so person. But in Africa, they don't do it. Our president said that this is my turn. This is my turn. During the time of the election, look at what judiciary did. Look at what INEC did. But we are suffering it today. Something that happened to Anambra State that makes people to die is because of suffering. Look at how people are suffering. They want to get food. There's no food. They don't blame them. There's no food.
Right. Thank you so much, Waba.
And because they want to eat food, they don't have food. Please, let the government do something.
Yeah. All right. Waba, thank you so much for that passionate appeal and contribution. And listen, I sometimes when people vent, right, they're emotional because these issues strike a chord with them. And I'm talking about millions of people. There are so many people that are not calling into the conversation, but they share the same frustration with everybody else. And I think the common denominator is that the government has failed to meet the yearnings, aspirations, and expectations of the people. Not just the Tinubu administration, by the way. It is the government in charge right now, but successively. Nigerians have felt let down by successive people who they've elected into power. Not just at the federal level, also local level, council level, constituency level, state government level, at the federal level. It's a collective that has let the people down. Let's take a look at our WhatsApp platform, where a lot of contributions are coming in. This one is saying, good morning. Concerning the hike of data, calls and SMS, it is just a plus to the already multiple challenges we're facing. Is that a plus or a negative? May God Almighty give us the means to meet up with our daily needs. This is coming from Husseini Sani Wurnu in Zaria. Let's move on to the next contribution then to see what else others are saying on our WhatsApp platform. Good morning. The hike in call and data is like moving from frying pan to fire. It is ill-timed, I think that's what he's saying, and will have a negative impact on business and individuals. It's unfortunate. Onoja Emmanuel from Kaduna, thank you so much for joining the conversation, Onoja. We do really appreciate your contribution as well. All right, moving on to the next one. Coal and data hike in Nigeria is too outrageous and nobody seems to be doing anything to checkmate this excess. Sarki Tawazis is credited for making this contribution. Well, thank you so much for joining the conversation, and we do appreciate your insight on this one. I just want to make one point about what the people have said about it makes sense for these telecommunication operators to pass at least to spread the burden on their finances on the end user, or at least try to make ends meet and make some profit. The point is, a lot of people would have said the government would negotiate some sort of tax relief or some sort of negotiation where the companies will keep the tariffs low, so that the government will forgo certain incentives like taxation, for instance, or maybe perhaps the percentage of the taxation that these companies have to pay to the government will be lessened, so that the burden will not be transferred on the general population. Let's speak to our next caller, though, to hear what he or she has to say about this one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Who is on the line and where are you calling from?
My name is Ade. I'm calling from London.
Ade, compliments of the season. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you very much.
I was wondering when you were going to call, because you didn't call in yesterday, and I was thinking maybe you're just enjoying the Christmas holiday too much, and that's why you've forgotten about us.
You see, my brother, my view will be different totally.
Right.
I agree with the second to the last caller,
right,
which says things are getting costly, people have to increase. One thing I want Nigerians to know is this: things will never be the same again all over the world. It's everywhere. Gone are the days when you live reckless life, everything free. It's not going to happen again. Because we're in a global world now, that the climate change is changing everything. Things are getting tougher everywhere. So that thinking that you can 1970, 80, 90 will be the same thing in 20-something. It's not going to happen. Things are very expensive in England now. You see, people in Nigeria, some of them, not all of them, some of them would believe that when he had a footballer earning 100,000 a week, you think the 100,000 will go to his pocket? No. He will pay 40% tax. They will take it from it. Once your salary is 800,000, you have to pay 40% tax to the government. Then you still pay 17.5% VAT when you consume anything. So you have to pay for your gas, pay for your electricity, pay for your mortgage, pay for your car. So how much will it? For the Nigeria, once they hear 100,000, they calculate it for you. So that's not the way it works. So in Nigeria now, they are getting to that climate whereby before you take any decision about your lifestyle, you have to think properly. Like I'm going to pay for call. Call is expensive. You will see an organizer. Go and marry 3 wives. I have 30 children. That's not going to happen anymore. Because we are going to a different era entirely. We are in a Gen Z period now. During our time, that one, everything is cheap. So we have to move on. There's no government, no president can come to Nigeria and things will be the same. It's not going to happen. So we need the dollar, we need the foreign exchange, and we need the investment. This will continue to be like this. So you have to adjust yourself and where you are going. So don't realize that bring any president. When President Buhari was there, he built a train, a red line to Niger Republic. Is that line working now? No. Things have changed. The military has come over, take over. It's a waste of money. You see, people complain then. So that's the reality. Nigeria should be thinking faster than this, and thinking any president will come and it's a messiah. It's not going to happen. Everything is getting tougher everywhere, all over the world. But what we are praying for is that our people should be innovative. Create something. Maybe you are a farmer, go into that farming, feed your people, feed your family. You understand? No free money anywhere anymore. But God, what I'm praying for in Nigeria is that all our mineral resources that we have, God should make it work for us. For the people to benefit. Look at the lifestyle of our House of Rep, our senator. They are living. Come and see them in London here. Putting their children on first class, 12,000 points. Is that tinubu? Is that president? Is it not a representative? So let's be praying for our country. I believe in our country, and our country will be better. People like us who have retired, we are coming back home to stay in our building that we have, so that we can enjoy our life. That's how we work for it. That's how, let's just be praying for the country. That's my own. God bless Nigeria.
Amen to that, Ade, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for calling in, Ade from London, one of our frequent callers on this particular program with his articulate thoughts. And I must say, it's different strokes for different folks, right? People see things quite differently, and it doesn't have to be a one-way traffic, right? There are so many aspects to this particular conversation, but I think we can all agree that there is some discomfort that comes with tariff hikes. Even if people accept it, it doesn't mean that they agree with it, or at least that they are welcoming of it. And this is just another addition to the different layers of frustration that many Nigerians are living with on a day-to-day basis. And that explains why so many of our callers are less than satisfied with the performance of the government at federal and at state level. And I must say the Tinubu administration is just an addition to that list of less than satisfactory service delivery in terms of quality leadership that the people have voiced their opinion on this morning. So thank you to all our callers. Thank you to all those who participated in the conversation on WhatsApp. We do appreciate you for giving your insight on this one. 2025 is the expected year of implementation for these tariff hikes to happen. Whether they happen, they will happen. It remains to be seen, but time will definitely tell. That is all the time we have on Daybreak Interactive. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Mr. Jide Ojo, a public affairs commentator, will be joining me shortly, and we are going to take a look back at what has been a very interesting year 2024, what is still an interesting year 2024, as we look back at some of the significant developments in the country this year and how they may shape the year 2025 to come. More on that after the break.